Yeah, we're standing in Coyote Valley, what we call the North Meadow here, and this was an area of indigenous use. And they would use fire all the time in Santa Clara Valley to keep the grasslands there for the species of plants that they use to harvest for food, also the animal species. So they were using it consistently to maintain the vegetation types so that their way of life could end up becoming successful for them to stay here year round. And when we look at the use of prescribed fire up in the hillscapes behind us, it's really about managing the vegetation types. And there is an inherent risk in using prescribed fire, but if we go with the tools that we have, we're following the procedures for prescribed fires, we can end up using prescribed fire to benefit the ecosystem and also reduce the fire risk. California has a lot of vegetation types that are adapted to fire. They're used to a fire cycle, and that's been reduced and almost eliminated in some areas where there's a lot less frequency of fires that have been taking place in California. This has basically increased the amount of fuel that's available for the fires. The fires end up becoming hotter and burn more intensely, and they end up taking a lot more of the vegetation out. We're also looking in partnership with the local entities as well. So CAL FIRE will be out here with us. We'll also reach out to our local agencies, Santa Clara County Parks, Mid-Peninsula Regional Open Space District, and they'll send representatives and equipment here so that we can use prescribed fire in a very safe manner. And so the fire will clear out all that understory, all that thatch in the oak woodlands around us here. You'll see that there's a lot of duff material from tree leaves and other things on the ground. The fire is going to help come through and take those out and then allow acorns to grow for the oaks. They're also going to clean out a lot of the understory vegetation so other plants have a chance to come up. So it's really about creating a culture where there's a great diversity of species. Fire helps increase that competition, so there's more species coming up and increasing that diversity. California has a landscape type that is adapted to fire, so there's a lot of fire followers that come up and sprout almost instantaneously. We think of burnt areas as really disgusting and disturbing to look at, but for seedlings, that is a really rich area for the seedlings to grow into. So in a sense, it's actually a very fertile area. So think about farmers and putting nitrogen down. That's what the fire has come, especially during prescribed fires. It's actually laid down a nutrient-rich area for the seedlings to grow into. So the areas recover really quickly after one of the low-intensity fires, which is a prescribed burn. After 1 or 2 years, it's beautiful and green, and there's very few scars left of the fire that you could even notice that there was a fire in the area. This is already a rich area of diversity anyway, and we want to make sure that we're continuing that diversity moving forward.